Make or break year for Deebo Samuel, in your opinion?
Yeah, so I don't think many people like. Just to preface, Deebo Samuel is one of my favorite players. It's obviously it'd be naive to not look at Deebo Samuel and see how well or how different the offense is when he's in there. However, if you really look at what we've been able to get out of Deebo, his year last year was pretty much the same as Ayuk. Ayuk had a few more receptions. Deebo had a few more yards. Ayuk had a few more touchdowns. And the problem is with Deebo, we don't know. I mean, he seems like the style that he plays, and he just can't stay healthy. And I think he's a second round pick, so he doesn't have that 5th-year option. So this is him going into the 3rd year, and then 4th year, and then he either has to get paid or not. And just unique about this situation is there's a lot of receivers, or there's at least 2 that I'm keeping my eye on as people that could be mid-season acquisitions that are really, really good receivers. And that is from Chicago, Allen Robinson, and from Green Bay, Davante Adams, right? So both of those players are in the last year of their contract in teams that are kind of in tumultuous situations. Chicago already kind of has said that they're not going to pay Allen Robinson, so he's looking for his way out. And Davante Adams, if Aaron Rodgers isn't the quarterback, does he really want to stay? And looking at the landscape for wide receiver trades, we just saw Hopkins get traded for a 2nd and a 4th. Julio Jones just got traded for a 2nd-round pick. It's not that the premium like 1st-round draft pick that's needed, and especially with these teams that are like in desperation that these guys could walk without them getting any kind of assets for it. That price tag might even be lower. So if we're looking at Deebo mid-season and he's injured again, do the 49ers take a flyer, seeing what they have in Ayuk as far as like a pure wide receiver, and take a shot now that you have a guy like Trey Lance on a wide receiver like Davante Adams, like Allen Robinson, bring them into the fold, see how they do for the last half of the season, and then maybe pay them as far as like a long-term contract. I don't know how the money will work and all that kind of stuff. I hope Deebo is able to stay healthy because I think the offense is really good with him. But I'm thinking about it, this might be one of those opportunities where there may be a backup plan that we could upgrade with if Deebo isn't showing out the way that we think he can.
Yeah, I do think it's a make or break year for Deebo Samuel in the sense that if he gets hurt again, like last year, and has a repeat of 2020, I don't think he'll get a second contract from the Niners that pleases him. I think he'll go from a guy who could potentially make 15, 16, 17 million a year to a guy who'll sign like a 1-year, $4 million deal in a couple of years. Now, he'll be on the team in 2022, most likely, because you don't cut guys on their rookie deals. You could trade him. But I think they'll probably keep him. But yeah, I think it's make or break year for him. He's had injury issues for a long time. Now, I want to be positive. I think he'll make it. I think what the issue with Deebo Samuel is, he'll break a bone, and then he won't be able to do cardio and conditioning, and then he'll come back and pull a muscle, and it'll be this vicious cycle all year. He did it last year. I think he's done it before. As long as he can not have that initial injury this year where he misses a month or 2, he should be in terrific shape. That's what happened in 2019. He never got hurt. He made it through the entire year and was in good shape the whole time, good enough shape. Didn't pull any muscles and didn't break any bones. It doesn't seem like, even though he's physical on the field, it seems like it's more painful to the other person than him. Like he just needs to not break his foot when he's running. And again, it's one of the things Jimmy Ward said. He had a little jingle. He said like the darker the flesh, something. But the whole point is he takes vitamin D supplements. He's had broken bone issues in the past, and he learned that like you, especially here in Northern California where you get less sunlight than you would in LA or Alabama or wherever, it's important for dark-skinned players like Jimmy Ward, Deebo Samuel to take vitamin D supplements. Otherwise, you break bones. So maybe Deebo Samuel's on that train too. Maybe he's learned from Jimmy Ward. Maybe if he is, bones should be fine. and he should not have soft tissue injuries. He looked terrific in OTAs. He looked slimmer. He looked fast and explosive. He should have a big time year as both a part of the running game, passing game.
I have a question for you, Grant. When it comes to Deebo, do you feel like he could be a pure receiver with a guy like Trey Lance, who we expect to be able to give him more opportunities down the field and throw,
Yes.
a better ball than maybe Jimmy G might have been able to give them? Definitely better than the backup quarterbacks that he's been getting the ball from recently. But do you feel like he could be that guy, or is he always going to be kind of one of those gadget
glorified running back? No, I think he can. He doesn't have the long arms, so he isn't necessarily the guy you want to go to like on a square in, on a 12-yard square in over the middle on 3rd and 7. I'd rather go to Ayuk with that, because Ayuk has the long arms, more
radius,
room for error.
Radius.
Yeah, more room for error with the quarterback. Otherwise, Deebo Samuel can do it. He's a really good route runner. He's fast. He's explosive. He can win deep. He can do everything. It's been more Jimmy Garoppolo, I think, not throwing the ball down the field. I think we'll see a more complete player with Deebo Samuel with Trey Lance on the field.
I think that would be great. Obviously to keep the assets would be amazing. I really hope Deebo could bounce back. I really hope the 49ers could put it together this season, instead of us just constantly going off of potential,
Certainly. V Breezy says, thank you, Grant and Suneil. Thank you, V Breezy. Thank you.